Hey everybody, it is Jennifer with Heavenly Creations and Transformations, and I'm going to show you how to make that cute little diaper baby. So you probably know someone that's either having a baby soon, or maybe you're hoping to be a grandma soon, and this is the perfect thing to make for a baby shower, to do like a centerpiece at the gift table or even the food table. It would look absolutely adorable. So without further ado, let's get started. So because I am giving this as more of a decorative gift rather than a usable gift, I went a little cheap, I would say, on the supplies. So I bought my stuff from Dollar Tree and Walmart. I went ahead and bought my diapers from Walmart. This is a size 1, and they come 45 in a pack. So you'll have extra to make like a bedding underneath a receiving blanket. And these were only $6, which I thought was a good deal. And then I bought a 2-pack of Binkies from, I always called them Nookies, but the pacifier, it was a 2-pack from the dollar store. Then I bought a little hat that matched my little pajamas, my little onesie pajamas. Now, both of my friends that are having babies, I don't know if they're having a boy or a girl. And so I thought that this was just utterly adorable because it has bacon and milk and orange juice and toast and French toast and sunny side up eggs. And so I thought this would be cute for a boy or a girl. And the little hat that Walmart happened to have matched it perfect. So the first thing you have to do, of course, is cut off all the tags. All right, now that that's all done, we are going to open up the diapers. All right, so the very first thing that we're gonna do is to make the arms and the legs. And so to do that, you're going to take one diaper and you're going to take it just as it is, okay? You're gonna start with the color-sided and you're gonna roll it. And then you're gonna take another diaper and you're gonna roll it over the top of it. Then you're gonna take one of the little rubber bands, those little things that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and you are going to rubber band it together. Now you need 4 of these. So now I have the 2 arms and the 2 legs. All right, so I'm gonna set those aside. Next, you're gonna make the head, and that takes about 8 diapers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, it depends on the size of the head that you wanna make, and the size of the diaper, and the size of the hat that you're trying to fit the little head into. So for the head, as I said, I'm going to use 8, and the first one, or 2, I'm gonna leave like so, okay? And roll it just like we did the arms. But then, and I'm gonna rubber band it in between for the first couple anyways. Then I'm going to, after the first one, I'm going to pull the diaper apart. No, for the head, I'm not going to, sorry about that. So for the head, I'm just going to keep rolling it as I did the arms and the legs, doubled up, like the way you buy the diaper, okay? Now, if it has a pattern, it's not as good of a diaper to use because the face will have the pattern. And one side of the diaper you want to make sure is going to be flat if it's going to be the face. So this one almost didn't go around. So now I am going to start opening them. Don't break on me, rubber band. All right, so now I'm gonna start opening them. Wrap it around. The next diaper starts where this one ended. So I'm gonna start that one, just a little bit of an overlap. Wrap it pretty tight. And make sure I have a flat end for the face. Now you can use a big elastic band, or I'm gonna use twine to tie this off. Because I don't have any elastic bands right now. Not the hair ties, but the brown elastic ones like to rubber band mail together or dollar bills. Okay, so there's the flat side. And I'm gonna take some twine and we are gonna tie this, hopefully without letting loose. Okay, I'm all thumbs. There we go. And I'm just gonna knot it because I do not want it to come apart. Okay. And I'm gonna do another one over on this side, which will not be as difficult. So there is the baby's head. And if you wanna make sure that it's the right size, you can always try the hat on. So there's the face, right? And the hat is gonna come down and cover up the back of the head, right? The sides of the head. As much of it as possible, because then when it lays on the side, you don't wanna see the diaper. And we're gonna put a hole in it, not a hole, but make a hole between the diaper portions to stick the pacifier in. Sometimes this can be a little tricky. Gotta give it a little push. Voila, there's that. All right, so then we're going to make the bottoms, the butt, and the back. All right, so next we are going to make the hiney and the back. And so what you're gonna want is approximately 6 to 7 diapers for the back. 2, 4, 6, 7. And then for the buttocks, we're gonna do about 9 to 10. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're just gonna roll them just like we did the other ones. So you're gonna roll it, the first one double, the second one around it double, and then the 3 through 10th diaper, you're going to open up to wrap. So let's get that done. And also I grabbed some regular rubber bands to hold it together because I think they'll be easier to put on rather than try to tie the twine on it. All right, so here we go. Once it gets to this point, it gets a little bit difficult because they don't want to wrap all the way around, depending on the size of the diaper. So I am going to rubber band each of these last few diapers on, just so that they stay in their shape that they should be. And then where there's an opening, see how it doesn't quite touch each other? That's where I'm going to put the middle of the next diaper, like so. And maybe I won't rubber band this one, but I am gonna put the middle of the diaper where the crease is, where these two don't meet. I'm gonna pull pretty tight and then put a rubber band around it. The important thing is to make sure that you get the right size rubber band so that you're not snapping yourself with the rubber bands. So this one is not so important that you have a flat side, but you do want it to be fairly flat so that it's not a lopsided hiney, okay? So there's the buttocks, and now we're gonna use 6 to 7 to make the back. Same process. Oops, I always forget. I want to always start with the top of the diaper. All right, so we are going to stuff this little one piece. This one that I got at Walmart, I really like. It unzips down here. Now I've always, for my little kids, when they were little, I always liked the gowns, but I couldn't find any. I didn't go to Carter's, but they always seem to have them. But anyways, I got this at Walmart. So it unzips from down here and zips up. And then it has like a little protector so the zipper doesn't hurt their neck. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I like to use a little tiny bit of stuffing. You could also use one of the baby washcloths because I like to stuff the feet when I buy the footed ones. So I'll show you why, because otherwise their foot just flaps like that because the diaper's not going to go in it. So you just stuff a little stuffing in there and then they have a little foot. Like so. Let's see, let's turn it this way. There we go. And then we're also going to do the same thing in like the shoulder underpit section, but I'll show you that in a minute. So then we take, remember we had these 4 pieces that we rolled 2 diapers together, okay? So one is the legs, which you're going to stuff right down in there. And the other are the arms. And we're gonna do the same thing. This little nightgown, you could buy the little middies, or you can simply roll it over on these. And so what I'm gonna do is also stick some stuffing down in the hand. Okay, it would have been easier to go in from this side. And then roll it over, and then take the arm and stuff it down in there. Okay, I think I made the arms too big. I think we just want 1 diaper on the arms. I don't know why I did 2. Whoopsies. Or maybe I didn't wrap it tight enough, but that's too fat of an arm for a newborn baby. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so there you go. And you can just kind of play with it a little bit. You're not really gonna see the detail of the arm, and I'll show you that in a minute. But then let's roll up this 1 diaper, single diaper, for the other arm. With 1 or 2 rubber bands, whatever you want. And I'm gonna put a little bit of stuffing in there. Just because this isn't quite as long as a little baby's arm. Fold that over. stuff the single rolled diaper down in the arm. And again, you may want 2 diapers if you bought a bigger nightgown or bigger onesie. All right, so then what you're gonna do is you are going to insert the hiney and zip it up. Nope, you can't zip it up yet. And then insert the back. Okay, so they look like that. Then you are going to zip it. You're gonna make sure that the hiney goes down there. You're gonna flip it over, okay? And what I like to do is to position my baby so that when it gets in whatever carton or basket or whatever I'm gonna put it in, I want the legs up, okay? So I make sure that there's room for that. And you could even almost put a little tap of hot glue to hold the legs like that if it wasn't in a basket that would accommodate that. So that's what it looks like so far, okay? Then what I am gonna do is what am I gonna do, Jennifer? I'm gonna take what I have left for the stuffing and just kind of stuff it on either side of the back by the shoulders, just so it looks like it has a little bit of filling in there so it doesn't look empty. I may also take a single diaper. Let's see how this looks. Roll it up. This nightgown must be bigger than what I usually buy because, oh no, you don't want to do that. Forget that. Because it just seems like it's a little bit bigger. So this is a newborn size, but okay. So this is what he looks like so far. Looks like a little turkey, doesn't he? Let me back it up a little bit. And yeah, looks like a little turkey. And you got his hands. Okay, so then we all know we did the head, right? I put the hat down, pull the hat down. It's got this little spot. Then we are going to kind of pull the arms together like a turkey. And we are going to rest his little head or her head in there so they look like a sleeping baby, right? But that's not all. Where's the little stuffed animal I bought? You could also put a little stuffed animal whoops. Okay. So that it looks like he's, oh, there's another. So it looks like he's hugging the stuffed animal. Whoops, his head fell off. But you could arrange it so that he looks like he's hugging the stuffed animal. Or you could just prop the little stuffed animal up next to him or her, like so. Let's see, now that I messed up the head, there we go. It's so cute. Put his little feet up like this, and then you could rest the little stuffed animal against him in the basket. All right, let me show you the final way it's gonna look. All right, and then I have this basket, which I've had. You could buy something new to put it in, or just use something that you've had around, but I'm gonna try to find another one of these because I think it looks perfect for the baby to go into. For the base of it, I'm straighten it out a little bit here so that its high knee's sticking up in the air. That's kind of what we want, is the high knee to stick up in the air. And we're going to pull the arms in. Then we are going to put the head atop this little turkey. So cute. And what I wanted to do was to pull this up like so, right? So they can carry it like that.